Hey everybody, Spellman here with our next number in our series on where to start. And today we have 64. This one is going to be fairly straightforward. So let's go ahead and just take a look at what we have here on the board. So if we start at the 20, well, you have 4. Maybe you like double 2. But there's 2 things I want to make note of starting here. The first one being, remember, we want to try to get below 61. 60 and below, so then that way you have a nice, easy single to a finish. Yes, the 25 is a single, and it leaves a finish, but it is a little bit higher risk. So those are only going to be for certain situations. But in this situation, it's not going to leave anything because it leaves you at 39 if you hit the W of 14. So not an option. But that 61 makes it a little bit more risky than some of the other numbers, because if you catch the triple 1 and you are shooting for the triple 20, so if you miss right, you're going to be in a tough spot. But the other thing too is, if you're probably learning your math, especially in this area, you're probably not nailing that double right away. You're probably spinning a couple darts at it, and you probably want to give yourself a little bit more wiggle room to have those misses, whether it's on the outside, but more likely on the inside. So if you go for the 60 and you hit it, you're going to be playing around on either the double 2 or the double 1. Again, not the end of the world, but maybe not as preferred as one of the other options. So if we keep scrolling around, yes, there are some other doubles here. We got 10, we got 34, but not ideal preferred finishes. So if we keep coming around, now we have 40 and 16 right here, right next to each other. Great doubles. If we keep going, you do have 28 up here. So that is an option. If you're someone like Solyevich that likes double 14, that's like your favorite double, you could go for the 12. Now, a lot of people would be like, why are you going for the 12 on a 64? Well, okay, if you hit the triple, you have 28. And even if you only hit the single, you still got 52, which you can clean up, 59, 55, 37, 40. These are all single to a double. So perfectly viable. However, I'm trying to give you either like the very clear cut option, or really focusing on 1 or 2. Now, I guess you could argue that the 28 is a second option. However, I'm kind of combining the 2 down there, where the 16 and the 40 are the 2 options. So if we trim out the rest of the board and we only focus on that one little section down there, it's going to be your best bet, because now you have twice the space here. If you go for the triple 16 and accidentally hit the triple 8, you're still good. You go for the triple 8 and miss low into the triple 16, you're still good. If you hit a 56, 16 double 20. If you hit a 48, you can either go 8 double 20 or stay in the 16 and go for the double 16. It's just, for all of them except for hitting the triple 8 where you go for the 40, your first 2 darts, most of your darts are going to be right in this section. And then again, if you can become familiar with what the high and low misses are, well, again, 57, 17 tops, 43, 3 tops, 53, 13 tops, 31, well, you could go 7 double 12, you could go 15 double 8. You've got options there. So again, forget the math, just remember the patterns. I mean, you want to probably know the math as a just in case, because what happens if you miss by like 2 numbers? But if you're intimidated by the math, or you really struggle with it, stop worrying about the math and remember the patterns. So on your next attempt on 64, make sure you're focusing on the bottom left of the board, and I will see you in a couple of days with the number 65.